Hello there my music lovers, I'm Josh with audiophile-heaven and today we are having a pretty interesting review, slightly different from my typical reviews. So what we are reviewing today is the Movo vlogging setup. This is a setup for vlogs and I actually have a pretty good impression of it. The unboxing experience is quite fun, but what is interesting about this thing is that it can give you almost YouTuber or cinematic qualities even using just your phone and just the recording kit. So I have a lav mic right here which is part of the kit. I also have something in the phone and I'm going to switch the cameras a bit to show you. This is what I am using. I hope that the switch was flawless. So this is the thing that is used for recording. You practically use your smartphone and you connect a lav mic receiver. We also have a Lav Mic Transmitter here, so this is the Lav Mic Transmitter. And you are connecting those two in such a way that you can have both audio and video. I'm going to be switching back and forth between the Lav Mic and my main microphone, which can be found right here. And at the moment I will feel confident, I will switch back to the phone recording. The recording setup basically offers you all of the stuff needed to make a pretty successful YouTube video. It offers you a little light to put above your smartphone or above your camera. You can also mount a camera on the little tripod, but it is a bit too frail to mount a camera. I would not trust it with almost $1,000 Canon, but I would trust it with my smartphone. The lav mic does a pretty decent job. It is not the best of recording audio interfaces out there, but yeah, it costs way less than my recording setup. Like, I could do YouTube with this. I could do it with this. It's pretty fun. The only problem that I could find is that my smartphone has a very wide camera angle, which means that it captures a lot of my room. If you can see the difference between my smartphone and if you can see in my camera, I am capturing way less of the room and my camera has better colors, better definition. You could simply not use the front camera of your smartphone and use the main camera. But the problem is that if you are doing that, you aren't monitoring yourself, so you aren't seeing what other people are seeing, which could induce some problems. Also, I should note that just for the recording interface, which is this, the Zoom F6, and the microphone that I'm using, the Rode NTG3B, you would pay way more than $1,000. So just the audio part of my recordings costs more than $1,000. You could have very decent or even high quality for your YouTube videos just using recording kit and your smartphone, which you already have. You should have a smartphone, it's impossible not to have. This recording kit though is not made for outdoors. Even though they try to make it for outdoors, I think it is not. To start the audio recording, you need to pair the receiver of the lavalier, this is the receiver, and you need to pair it with the part that attaches to your smartphone. And for that you need to use one of those small SIM tray ejector cards, which is surely going to get lost if you take it outdoors. Then this lav mic will pick up some noise, some brushing against clothes, which is again not ideal if you are going to record outside and if you need good audio. On the other hand, you do have audio and you do have video. You do have a good quality for both and you do have that for cheap, which is important because you may want to just try some YouTubing or try some vlogging. You don't really want to invest in the most expensive of stuffs, and it works pretty well. I would see this kit being used very well with a GoPro camera and such, because those are tiny, those are very light, and they could be attached to the tripod without you risking losing thousands of US dollars worth of video recording equipment. As you can see, I still have one light in the back and that is still doing something. Let me turn that off. As you can see, without that light, the image has grown a bit dimmer. This is because the camera of most smartphones, especially the frontal camera, has a pretty poor overall quality. So you aren't really getting the same quality as you are getting from one of those professional cameras like I have in the back. The quality is limited by your smartphone. Some people have very high-end smartphones that can record very well and you will be getting a much better overall video quality. But when it comes to the audio quality, you can probably just understand which is which and you will see. Both of the audio streams are processed though, because otherwise you wouldn't be hearing much because the levels would be very different. They removed most of the noise and this is the best you can get from both. That is the point. You can't get a much better audio quality than I did here. Both of the microphones having the noise removed, volume leveling for both. And this is the final result that you are able to get. This is the maximum quality you can get from both. It is a great starter kit. It is a great way to start your audio journey and your video journey. It is good for making some fun videos. As you can see, the little lamp, the tiny lamp that is above my smartphone is doing something. Let me turn that off. As you can see, without the lamp, the video quality has got even worse. I do think that the lamp is a good addition, especially on my main camera, but right now it is day outside and it is a bright day with no clouds, so you should keep that in mind as well, because if you are having a dark day or if you have a lot of clouds, it is going to look even dimmer. So this little lamp is doing quite a bit to help you get a better overall quality. Another thing that I should mention is that the audio quality is also limited by your smartphone because it is processing and applying it to the video, so a lot of stuff is going on that could limit the overall quality. But if you have time and if you don't have a lot of money, if you just want to invest in the content itself, you could get started with this kit. I mean, you could really get started. It is better than what I started with. The overall quality looks better than my initial YouTube videos, where I just had the top-down view of my hands unboxing and talking about stuff. So I totally do recommend the Movo Blogger Video Kit or Vlogger Kit, and I do think that it should be a fun experience for you. I don't think it will be for those who already made a ton of videos and for those who need a very high quality for their videos, but for someone who is just starting, it should be perfect. I mean, I could get on with this quality. Also, using my smartphone screen is much larger than using my camera's monitor. It is better for monitoring myself. On the other hand, I'm having a very hard time looking at the camera of my smartphone. If you can see, I'm looking at my smartphone screen. So this is me looking at the camera, this is me looking at the screen, and this is me looking at the camera in the back and its monitor. I hope that this video has been enjoyable to watch. I hope you will consider subscribing to audiophile-heaven. Also leave a like on this video. I know that my channel is typically reserved for audio products, but once in a while I want to review something that will help others. This is an affordable product made for those who cannot afford but who have ideas and who want to create. I think that if you want to create, this is a great starter, and I really do think that it is a good overall product to consider if you are going to delve in this YouTube stuff. Thank you for watching and I hope you have an awesome week in there. Bye bye!